The easy way to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime without confidence. So most advice about talking to people is wrong. They tell you to be more confident. They tell you to stop caring what people think. They tell you to use better openers and lines. They tell you to just approach more, just go out, approach more people. But none of that explains why some days you can effortlessly just go out and speak to whoever you want, speak to strangers. And then other days you struggle just saying hello. It doesn't explain why sometimes conversations feel completely natural, and other times it feels like you're carrying this heavy weight on your shoulders and you can't talk to anybody. If talking to people was simply a social skill, consistency wouldn't be so fragile. The real problem isn't talking, it's what happens inside of you before you even decide to walk over. So here's what I eventually realized. Every time I wanted to talk to someone, I wasn't just deciding whether to have a conversation. I was deciding whether I was willing to risk feeling like I wasn't enough, I wasn't worthy. Those are two completely different things. Because when the mind believes that an interaction might be evidence that you are not good enough, that you are not confident enough, that you are unattractive, your nervous system doesn't experience a conversation, your nervous system experiences a threat. So before you've even opened your mouth, your body is trying to protect you. That protection looks like hesitation, overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, walking another lap around the nightclub or the shopping center, or checking your phone, convincing yourself, you'll do the next one. And because avoiding the conversation removes anxiety, your brain immediately learns something. Avoidance works. It feels safer. I know this because I lived like this for years, being obsessed with night game, day game, strolling around, looking for the right person to speak to overcome my fear. I'd go out with every intention of talking to people, but I'd spend hours just strolling around, looking, waiting, preparing, trying to build myself up to this confident version of myself that would finally walk over. And sometimes I would. Sometimes I'd get rejected. Sometimes the conversation would actually go well. But when I look back now, I realize none of these things were actually the problem. The problem always came afterwards. The replaying, the analyzing, wondering if I sounded weird, or if I should have stayed longer, or if I said the right thing or applied the right line or opener. And for the most part, when I didn't approach, that was even worse, because then I just attack myself all the way home. I told myself, you've wasted another day. You'll never change. You're still the same person. You're not getting any results. You're not getting anywhere with this, even though you're watching thousands of hours of PUA videos online. So every conversation had quietly become a measurement of my progress and worth, a test of my confidence, a way of deciding whether I was becoming enough or not. And looking back now, no wonder it felt heavy. And the strange thing is now, thinking about it, I thought I needed to put in more effort. I thought I needed more exposure, more discipline, more pushing through. So at the time I pushed even harder, but the harder I pushed, the heavier this pressure got. Then I guess I got lucky. I completely changed the way I understood anxiety. I came across a completely different way of meditating that gave me a completely new perspective. Not a way of trying to make me feel more positive, not a meditation that was like trying to make me more confident. Instead, this type of meditation, it quietly helped me understood something I'd never seen before. I realized my entire life was built around me trying to become somebody else, a future version of me that wasn't anxious, wasn't afraid, didn't overthink, didn't care about rejection. Every day I was trying to become enough. And without realizing it, this form of constant self-improvement was actually creating constant self-rejection, because I was always looking to feel enough, which meant I was never enough in the first place. That constant self-improvement had become another form of self-rejection. What changed was, and for the first time, I stopped trying to fix myself. I stopped trying to become confident. I stopped trying to get rid of my anxiety. I allowed myself to be exactly how I was. Anxious, awkward, scared, jittery, nervous, hesitating. In my head, I let it be as it is. I stopped fighting myself. At first this was very strange and it's very counterintuitive what I'm saying, But then something incredible happened. It was almost spooky. It's actually completely crazy when I think about it. That pressure that I'd been carrying for years without even really realizing it suddenly disappeared. I suddenly felt lighter, more present, more free, more able to express and just be myself. I stopped overplaying conversations before they happened. I could then just go and speak to somebody, a beautiful woman in the street, somebody that I just met, and I didn't feel the need to be anybody. The pressure had just dropped. It had gone. So when I look back, I don't think I was ever really afraid of talking to people. I think I was more afraid of what those conversations meant about me and my worth and my value, and did they prove whether I was enough or not. The interesting thing is, once that meaning disappears, all of the pressure goes, and then you find yourself being able to talk to whoever you want. Now, there'll still be fear, there'll still be anxiety. That's not the problem. The problem is the pressure around that fear, around that anxiety. This doesn't mean that I didn't still have anxiety and I didn't have negative thoughts, but the pressure and the meaning around that had completely gone. Once that meaning disappeared, conversations began to flow a lot easier. I felt lighter. I felt like there was nothing to prove, and actually enjoyed having conversations with people. And especially women, they didn't become this chore or this way of proving myself. So therefore, if you've felt for many years, or you've believed that you need confidence before you can start speaking to somebody, then the missing piece isn't confidence. It's the pressure, and it's the identity weight around that pressure that's causing you the problem. It's not a lack of confidence. It's the meaning you're attaching to it. So maybe after all these years, all that's ever been weighing you down is the pressure that you've been carrying. And pressure can be let go if you understand how. If you want to find out how to actually let go of this pressure, go to the link in the description box below. Join the group. There's a free trial, plenty of video courses in there. We do weekly calls. I'm giving you constant feedback. This is the fastest way to let go of this. So join me in the group. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.